What you watching?
Oh, I'm watching Motherhood Sex Marijuana podcast, as you should, on YouTube. Wow. My friend, Motherhood Sex Marijuana podcast on YouTube, the best. Check it out.
Motherhood Sex Marijuana podcast. Motherhood Sex Marijuana podcast.
Hey, I want a shirt, I want a shirt, look. La camisa está linda, loco. La camisita está linda. Beautiful shirt.
Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the motherfucking building.
Yes. Okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, we got everybody in the building. Okay. All right, let's get this angle together. What's going on with Rue? I'm assuming that's Rue. Few minutes, okay. Okay. Cool. She needs a few minutes, so fuck it. Let's get the show on the road, motherfuckers. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the motherfucking building, and Ruby will be here soon. Yeah, us in the building. Hello, Queen.
Hi.
Yes, how you doing, Miss Jasmine, Miss AKA Miss Lovely in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building, yes indeed. Now, thank you so much for being part of season 6. We are this episode will be part of season 6, so we are thankful for you being here. Ruby Doll is on her way. She's handling some mommy things, last minute mommy things, because she's got the young baby in her section, under a year old. So AKA that's the boss. I realize that's my boss as well, because we can't get shit done unless she all right. I'm just we can't get shit done.
Absolutely.
Unless she set away, you know what I'm saying? So she's over here handling that. So while I have you here, let's get this show started. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing good on a beautiful Sunday. Shoot, I don't know where you're from, where you're at right now, but I'm in New York City. Ruby Doll is coming from Portland, Oregon. So, we're doing it at this time because that's a good time for her. But where are you from?
I'm actually from Long Island, New York.
Okay. So we the same coast. That's what's up. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to explain who you are and what you do so that we can get the show started.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so my name is Jasmine Simone. I also go by Miss Lovely. Miss Lovely is my brand. So I'm a social media influencer. But I'm also too the CEO and founder of my brand, Miss Lovely, and it's pretty much just all encompassing of just anything female empowerment. So anything that's pertaining to just empowerment of women, also too just unity, love. With me and my experience, I'm all encompassing of love. So I also like to spread it as well. So that's pretty much where the Miss Lovely comes from. Also too, just showcasing not only just love, but also to showcasing my love of cannabis as well. So I'm able to also to just incorporate
Because I
that.
got my two rolled buddies right here. We're about to light one in a minute. Yes, we are. And please, if you've never watched an episode of Motherhood Sex Marijuana, please know we are very much encouraging of lighting up of the ganjas. However you light up your ganjas, you feel free. Feel fucking free.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, actually, I think I just ran out.
Oh.
I know, so I gotta re-up.
Oh, and it's long, and you in Long Island on a Sunday.
I know.
That's how, I mean, I don't really, roam Long Island streets. I can't say I know too much about Long Island streets, but how is the ganja over that way? What we talking about?
Well, I could definitely tell you the struggle is definitely real.
I felt like you was gonna say that, because I'm just saying, I've lived, first of all, me and Ruby met when I lived in Seattle, Washington. We both lived in Seattle, Washington. And so I lived there for 7 years. But for the most part, I grew up in New York. And I can tell you, Long Island and Staten Island, I don't go, I don't have no place to go. I don't have no reason to go. No. Yeah. What is out there? What? Puffy and Long Island. What beach? No. I don't care.
I do. Honestly, I don't blame you. I mean, where I am, I'm from Eastern Long Island, so there's really not a whole lot out here besides just beaches, and yeah, that's about it. So we usually see more so people from the city during like the summertime, because we have the Hamptons and all like that, so it's like the parties out there. But the marijuana has definitely been a big thing out here, especially now that they were coming with a lot of the legal dispensaries, the recreational ones. So majority of them have actually gotten licenses in Long Island. But the issue was really just location, because a lot of the townships have opted out on having, cannabis shops in their towns, because there's still a lot of like fear mongering, it's a lot of like, ooh, they're gonna come in your town and give it to your kids, and like
to this New York City, they already out there. They just smoke inside.
Exactly.
I'm my business. I'm not telling you what's going on. But yes, like again, it's sort of like how with my mom, because my mom is Panamanian. She retired to Panama and has lived in Panama for a good number of years. So she was here prior to weed being legal. So, and she's coming here in a couple of days actually. And one of her things is, oh, do I have to smell weed? And I'm just like, girl.
Of course.
Girl, where you think you gonna go that you ain't gonna smell no weed? Where you think? Wait.
In New York.
Okay, girl. Whatever. Clog your nose. Figure it out. I don't know. Clog your nose and figure it the fuck out. I ain't got time for this. But yes,
I don't blame you, and especially with nowadays, like I said, it's so open. It's more so in the city, but definitely in Long Island, it's still very like hush hush. It's still like you can't really do it around certain places. Like New York City, you can just walk down the street and just be fine. Go right past and be fine.
Hello.
In Long Island,
people get bold and roll on the train, but I'm not here to talk about people. I mean that. No, we're not here snitching. We're not here snitching. But okay, so let's get into your business though, because you said you were a influencer. Now that I gotta say that's something new for our podcast. We've never had an influencer before. So please tell the people what that means, just in case there's people out there that don't have no clue.
No problem. So I'm pretty much based on Instagram. So I have two separate pages. I have one that's my business page, which is the Miss Lovely Emporium. So that's JAS _SSIMOE. So it stands for Jazz Simone. So that's my business page. And that pretty much just showcases just my brand itself. So like I said, I'm all about, showcasing love, but also too kind of highlighting different aspects of cannabis. So not only just the plant, but also too just the events that go on, more so predominantly focused around women. Also to women of color as well, just because of, a lot of times they don't necessarily get a platform, especially in the cannabis space. I think the statistic is that it's like less than 20% of women, African American women, actually hold marijuana licenses. So, even though this business, the cannabis plant itself, when it comes to the legacy brands that have been a part of just, African American and brown culture for, years, when it comes to revenue and actual sales and the legalization of it, it's a whole other population that seems to benefit more so. And then, still the issue of the social equity as well. So my brand definitely focuses on that. Like I said, it highlights everything cannabis, from when it comes to not only just other influencers. I'll give them a platform on my page too. I'll highlight them. Anything as far as like edibles, I love everything in regards to the plant. I'm also interested into different like smoking accessories and devices. Like technology has come so far when it comes to it. And so that's my Miss Lovely brand page. But my personal page, that's just Miss Lovely, and that personal page is private. So I only have certain people allowed on there, and that's where I get a little real, get a little raunchy. I like to talk about all things, love of the plant, but not only that, I like to talk about love. I like to talk about relationships. I like to have different discussions about also too just different social norms, also too just sex as well.
Indeed, which is one of our our main subjects here. Ruby Doll is in the building. She's probably we still going through a little kinks, but she's here. She's listening. She's gonna jump in a few. But
okay.
Yes, I'm glad that you brought that up, because yes, we discuss that on a regular basis here. And not only because it affects our community, but it also affects our personal life as well. I myself, as far as relationships is concerned, I wanted to bring up a point concerning relationships, because first of all, as women, we all have different levels in our relationship, and we all deal with our relationships differently. But when it comes to, you're in any kind of entity and it's not benefiting you, and it's not, and you see, you try to work out, and try to figure out, and somehow try to make it work, but then you get to the point where it's not working. Like at that point, what kind of advice would you give, for people like in that situation? Because I myself, the reason why I bring it up is because my oldest daughter, 25, she's been in this relationship, and it's been up and down for her. Ruby Doll in the building. Waiting for you to turn on your camera, girl.
Hey, queens, huh?
Waiting for you to turn on your camera and introduce you.
Hello, my beautiful queen.
Hey, Ruby Doll in the building. This is Miss Lovely, Miss Jasmine Griffin. We got her in the building. She's an influencer.
That's right. Aside from being a gorgeous individual, she's certainly an influencer. Shout out again to High and Happy for making this contact happen. Jasmine, I was actually listening while we were going. Life was life for me over here. I was listening in and out, and I'm so glad that you came on here, because I have some questions. Okay, some questions with regards to like relationships, right? Because I don't think we talk about like relationships shit too much, and I'll shut up. So I think my sister Kai was explaining something that she
right, because I was talking about Africa with a situation that's going on with Africa. That's my oldest daughter's name, by the way.
Oh, so, beautiful.
Thank you. So again, 25 years old, going through this relationship, and I could tell, based on her description and based on meeting this boy, that, she really loved him. She really loved him, and she really has feelings for him and wants him to, to be the best of the best. But at the same time, she realizes that her and his connection are off, and therefore, she has, as much as it hurts, as much as it's going, she's going to miss him. And at the same time, she realizes that being away from him is a better outlook for her. You know what I mean? Like, he was basically the negativity that was kind of bringing her down. And like, and her coming to that point was just, deciding that as much as I love you, I got to get you the fuck out of my face, because you're not a benefit to my life. You know what I'm saying? And my words to her was just, listen, the fact that you only got responsible for you ain't got no kids, it's only you, babe, you can get up and slide off and move on.
Exactly.
To be stuck with no boy. You cute as hell, you about your business,
or girl.
You damn sure don't need to be stuck on nobody, period.
Right.
If the motherfucker ain't in your ain't benefiting you, ain't adding, ain't putting a plus on your side, he needs to go. He got to go the fuck out. So how you take that situation?
No, you told her exactly the truth. I'd have said the same thing. I mean, like I said, when it comes to me, I'm just all about love. I love love, so that's why I go by Miss Love. But at the same time, self-love is number one for me. You gotta love self-love, self-appreciation, just pure, unapologetic, just trueness to yourself. And sometimes, a lot of times, women don't really take that time to be alone. A lot of times they get confusion with being alone and loneliness. I feel like having that time to be alone and really know yourself and know what you like, what you don't like, what you'll not stand for, those are very important, especially if she learns that young. Then she will not stand for nothing. So I think that's very important, So self-love is very, very important for me. And then also too, if the chemistry isn't there, then everything else I feel like eventually just kind of falls by the wayside. So, the fact that she's looking out for herself, number one, that's how it's supposed to be.
And that's
right, girl.
One of the things we promote here, because at the end of the day, I feel like society does a lot, especially with Black women. Society does a lot to make us think that we're ugly, we're not, we don't look right, we need to go to a doctor to cut this off and shape this and do that. And it's like the whole stigmatism of just hate yourself and change yourself to please everybody else is out there real big. And one of the main things we try to do on this podcast is nah, fucker, God made you exactly like that. Love yourself like that. And if that motherfucker ain't around you to benefit you, and he don't like how you look, let him go find something else. Let him go find less, motherfucker.
Well, what he probably want,
so go find
what he probably want in that case is some dick, and so that's okay too. So I'm so excited that we're having this open lingo. And before we go on any further, I have to confess that I cannot stop looking at your boobies, girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So don't get offended. Don't cover up.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, she came dressed nice. I mean, everything looking nice, but
all I want to do is put my head on your pillow.
That's not sexual harassment. No, that's not what we do.
All I'm trying to do
a woman
is put my head on their pillow right now.
You know what I'm saying? A woman that loves herself can compliment another woman on her beauty. And girl, you got it, girl. Go on.
Thank you.
Well, I'm semi hollering at you, but with respect, we got business first. Pleasure can always come later. But you look stunning. No, I love everything about it.
Thank you.
Sunday best. Okay. So how many are you? What's your relationship dynamic like right now?
Actually, it's pretty non-existent.
Well, it's with yourself, which is my relationship status too.
Oh yeah, I agree. I've been in a relationship with myself, I'd say, oh God, I've been single for about like 4, going on 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we dive into why we're single or?
Yeah, no, there's nobody in the picture, just me for about 4 going on 5 years. But
Girl.
that's more so because I was actually married. So I'm divorced technically. So I was married. I got married at a very young age. I got married at 21. So I was married for almost 10 years. And then I got divorced back in 2017, and my marriage was very toxic. It was very, not only abusive, like physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I literally got diagnosed with PTSD after going through my divorce, and which was crazy because my PTSD diagnosis was how I got my medical marijuana card. So it
God
was
works in mysterious ways.
Things happen for a reason. But wow, it's bad that you had to go through those reasons to get to that. But yeah.
No, yeah. So it was definitely a hard time for me in my life. And it really made me evaluate just love, period. I'm like, did I even really know what love was? Like what I thought was love? Was that love? Was I just thinking in my head that it was love? Did he even love me the entire time? Like I just had so many questions. And I really just took that time after my divorce to really just kind of work through those things. I went to therapy as well, which really helped. I've only had 2 relationships since my divorce. I got divorced back in 2017. And then one was pretty serious. We lasted about 2 years, and then the other one, not so much. maybe about like 6 to 9 months or so. But then the pandemic happened. So with the pandemic, I think we were already kind of on the rocks anyway, and the pandemic just kind of was like, well, I can't see you, you can't see me.
Yeah, and I don't want to Zoom call your ass.
So I use COVID as
oh man.
Wow.
But I mean, honestly, I am so much more happier now in my singlehood than I've ever been, and so that's why I always encourage women, like, you don't necessarily have to always have that other person, because sometimes it could be that codependency. Women just feel like they have to have somebody, or they have to have that validation of another guy to make them feel whole, but you can be whole all by yourself, and that can be whatever definition you give yourself,
Word.
So with me, I mean, relationship wise, I'm not opposed to them. I'm definitely open to it, but it's not nothing I'm really looking for right now. But I will, if something comes along, I will be open to it. But I'm not on any dating sites. Like I gave that up. That was just
no, I feel you, because even it's funny how you bring that up, because earlier, not even, I think about 2 hours ago, I posted a video on our Instagram with a woman just basically saying, that that she finds it crazy that women say they don't need a man, but that she needs one. And I agreed. I was just like, for me, it was just like, I need a man that's going to be a man for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like for you, you're not going to just be in a relationship just to have a second person next to you to call, you connected to. This person actually has to benefit you. They have to be a plus in many different ways for you to then, attach yourself and then say, I do need you. You know what I mean? And that's what I agree to. I agree to the fact that if a man is in your life and he is doing what he is supposed to, and he's being a plus in your situation, yeah, you need him. You absolutely need him. But if him a waste man, and my figure. Simple as that. Waste man can't tarry around here. No. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But
like,
yes,
you have to add some type of value to somebody's life. Like if
word.
you're just gonna be somebody that's just an extra body that's just gonna bring negativity around me, like that's what I don't like. I have encompassed myself in all positivity. Like it's hard to get myself to this point. So I'm just like, at this point, I really want to like focus on my business. I want to focus on my brand. Like if I meet someone, I want us to be able to work together and get to, one goal together. Let us help each other. I'll build you up, you build me up. Like, and then also too, what I noticed, most guys just want to have sex, and then it's so much more to that. Like I've learned that when it comes to the actual act of sex, like I prefer more intimacy than actual sex. Like intimacy is very hard to find nowadays. Like someone that's willing to just be, to just prioritize you, to just adore you, to, love on you, to appreciate and desire you. Like all this stuff is outside the bedroom. Like this is
to think of you more than your vagina. Don't just think about my vagina and my mouth and how it pleases you. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than my vagina and my mouth. Exactly.
All of their important equations to the dynamic here. Now, okay. So I think there's something for anyone that's listening to this right now. There's something else that has to go with the whole. So these queens are talking about realizations, right? But what if you're just not there, right? Like what about if an individual, you don't even gotta be a woman, but you're just in a situation where you're not totally sure of what you want, right? You're not really sure of, what a relationship looks like. Then that probably means that you need to pause, like just take a minute. This ain't no like giving you relationship advice. It seems almost like common sense, but not everybody has that. So it's more like, okay, how could I even think about a relationship if I have A, B, C going on? Whether that's career, and I really, even if it's a career, that's your prerogative. So what is it? What are these things that we need to ask ourselves, right? What are some things that I need to work on before I need to work on a relationship? And I think it's important, to be like, okay, what does this person bring to the table? And then it's like, what do I bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? I think it was Steve Harvey that made a comment, right? Yeah, this woman can make a whole human. Dude, what can you bring to the table? Yes, I understand that sentiment, but I think that we women are more than just even making humans. We're more than just wives. We're more than just cooks or whatever the fuck society thinks that we should be molded into. So for me, I feel like the next person who gets to experience this is going to be so much more. I would say it would be so much more of an enjoyable experience for not only that person, but for me, because I've been alone, not lonely, but alone, into where it's like, okay, let me focus on what I need, which means my children, right? Not everybody has kids, not everybody wants kids, but for me, I include them with my own thing. Right after my self-care, then I have to figure out what the fuck's up with them. So, and I felt so good. I've been feeling, I feel like I just had a colonic, as you would feel, you just got shit out of your system, you know what I'm saying? I feel I've reclaimed my pussy, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to her today. She's feeling real good. And whoever comes in to bless, because that's what they would have to be, a blessing, they will be able to experience myself with myself, right? Shout out to Eartha Kitt. I stole that one from her.
Yes, absolutely. Like
and you know what? I wanted to ask you because I noticed that you didn't mention any children. So out of the relationship that you had, you didn't have any children. What's your take on them?
Oh no, actually, I do have a son.
Hey, get it?
Okay.
Yeah. So I am a single mother. So my son, he's actually 11. He's gonna be 12. Yeah, and he's autistic as well. And it's crazy because right now I'm kind of going through like the preteen teenager phase, and he's just like growing just feet. Like he's almost the same height as me. I'm 5'11" and he's like 5'10", and
Wow.
he's 11 years old.
I believe it. I totally believe it does. So you know what? And you know what? Shout out to all autistic awareness, to our babies that have been labeled as such. You know, what I find is a common denominator of autistic people in general is that they're like on some genius shit. And because our minds are all wired differently, it's almost like you're in a simulation and they're like, oh, well, you're not abiding with this simulation. So you guys are labeled as this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't get it twisted because and whoever, and I'm not an expert. Okay. I like people. I ask a lot of questions. I talk to a lot of parents who are raising babies who are we're all wired differently. My brain is wired differently. And so I think, but it takes a lot of motherfucking patience. That's for sure.
It definitely does.
Talk to us about self-care. Now, I'm not talking about getting your nails done and spa treatments. I'm talking about what self-care remedies do you use on a daily basis that don't require too much money?
Oh, geez. So self-care that doesn't really require a whole lot. I mean, one of my interests is definitely skincare. So I usually try to just devote a little bit of time to myself just to do like a facial or something like that. Something just small, just to make time for yourself, even if it's just a little retail therapy. Like on my way home from work, if I'll just stop over at Kohl's real quick and check out the clearance section. Like I don't need anything like super expensive, but just like little things like that. But also too, I also feel like cannabis has been a real nice treat for myself in regards to self-love.
The best treat.
Yeah, it is.
Word.
It just opens so much more to me. And then, not only with the self-love, but also too, I feel like with confidence, it helps me too. Because I go to a lot of cannabis events. So I'm able to kind of socialize and meet different people, not necessarily on like a sexual thing, but just like friendships and building different things and networking and stuff. So I feel like that definitely is very empowering, as far as self-love for me, because, I was always so shy and quiet, but now it's like, I have this cannabis space. There's so many like-minded people that I meet. And so I'm just like, oh, like I'm just more comfortable just in those spaces.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because Miss Ruby Doll here, because not only do we do this podcast, we girls, we chit chat, you know what I'm saying? We get in each other's business, you know what I mean? So, Miss Ruby Doll here was just telling me, because we all in the cannabis business, like you said, we in the cannabis space, therefore, even with people that are not in the cannabis space, it could be just people in the podcast space where we just connect in order to network and, build and, you know what I'm saying? So we happen to connect with these a couple of podcasters. And of course, because Ruby also does music because she's a rapper, what I'm saying? There's some people that she connects with, what I'm saying, on some networking shit.
Okay.
Just to talk, just to blow up herself and blow up what she do. Now, have you? And I'm putting in this situation because I want to know how how you feel about this situation. Now, you in the cannabis space, you connect with somebody else that's in the cannabis space. That person happens to be a man, and let's say him got a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You connecting with him because he got a cannabis business. You got a cannabis business. You want to exchange customers and see how we can blow up and do something. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But then his girl jumps in your DM.
Oh God.
Or she comes at you somehow. Because that's the part that me and Ruby didn't discuss how homegirl got at her. But what I'm saying is, in this situation, she jumps in your DM and come at you like, "Oh, bitch, you trying to take my man. I don't like that you trying to put yourself up in front of my man." And it's like, bitch, first of all, slow your roll, simmer down,
exactly,
simmer all the way down, girl. I don't want your man. Yes, I'm single. Yes, I could take your man. That's not the point, though. The point is, I don't want him. I ain't say I want him. You don't got no text messages, no DMs, or nothing that tell you that I want him. Exactly. But you coming at me though. And the only reason why I'm talking to him is because we in the same business. I'm trying to use his customers to be now my customers, and he trying to do the same. What's up? What's the problem? What's your problem? Now, have you ever had some situation? Because obviously, I'm assuming, you're a gorgeous girl. People jump in your DM, and then there might be some people that are attached and still jumping in your DM, and then their girl finds you and want to talk some shit, and you looking at her like, bitch.
Oh God. Luckily, I haven't gotten approached by anybody, but I have just gotten like friend requests and stuff, and I'm just like, what? Like, where did you come from?
Right.
And and then it's like, I meet these, guys at the cannabis events, and they don't even mention anything about a girl, let alone like a wife or anything like that. And then I meet them at the next event, and I just greet them like, oh, hi, how? And he's just like, oh yeah, this is my wife right here. And I'm just like, it's just an awkward moment. So I'm like, I hope she doesn't even think that nothing's going on, because I ain't about that, not at all. But a lot of that just reeks just insecurity. It just reeks like I don't even got time for it. Especially if she's gonna act like that, I probably won't even try and do business with you at that point, because it's like because the trust isn't there. Whatever issue that you have, that's y'all. That ain't got nothing to do with my business.
And see, but with this situation, the main reason why I bring it up, because again, as women, as pretty women, we definitely have people jumping in DMs and talking crazy. And at the same time, it's like, first and foremost, I gotta tell you, I'm attached to somebody, so back up. This line is a business line. If you ain't talking to me about business, back all the way the fuck up. Exactly. All the way. You know what I mean? Then and then like you said, insecurity, like, you in a relationship again, if whatever he doing outside of that relationship, or whatever it could be going on, bruh, it could, again, that's really, you decide that you're not gonna fuck with him because he making you feel some type of way, or you just going dead the whole insecurity and don't be insecure about that shit in the first place, because at the end of the day, you can't control nobody when they not around you. You can't, you know what I'm saying? If they gonna holler at somebody, they gonna holler. That ain't got nothing to do with you. And at the end of the, with Ruby's situation, like we don't even know what this dude look like. Like, this dude don't even got a profile motherfucking picture. We don't even know what the man looked like. So however his girlfriend hollered at Ruby, it was just like, bitch,
calm down.
Ooh, wait, hold on, Queen.
Take it easy.
Well, she didn't holler at me. This specific story, she was actually hollering at him, and I was listening on the other line, or I was on there, and then I had to hang up. I'm sorry if I miscommunicated that. So I think the point is, and that's why I'm so big on women empowerment, because I know what it feels like to be in despair. You know what I mean? I was watching this little clip, this little video of this woman who said she noticed that this woman who was labeled as someone having a bad attitude was just somebody in despair. You know what I'm saying? It's like an iceberg. You don't know, even though it's none of my business why this person got a stank face on for whatever reason. I'm not gonna take it upon myself to be bothered by it. I'm gonna make an observation though, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's why we're so big on women empowerment, because we want to ensure people that they don't have anything to worry about, right? They're not, and plus, you guys are talking a lot of like monogamous heterosexual things. A lot of our listeners may not be monogamous, you know what I'm saying? And so if anybody, there's a lot of different dynamics, and so my point in saying that is a lot of the things that you guys are talking about probably doesn't apply to everybody, like on the broader sense. So for example, if I like somebody and I want to share my body with them, what they got going on does not matter to me because I didn't make any commitments. Now you could be like, oh, she just went. No. It's none of my business. So just as I don't care that that's happening, I don't insert myself there. Now it's that person's responsibility, in my view, to know, hey, I made these specific promises to this person, so I better fulfill that, or else that makes me look shady. But as far as innocent bystander who's living her golden life and trying to meet whoever she's connecting with, I don't shame myself for that.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Right. So I just wanted to make that.
I totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, however your relationships rock is however your relationships rock. But at the end of the day, you can't control whoever you're in a relationship with. Like whatever dynamic you set up with that person, it is what it is. Like that's you know what I'm saying. And you can't then turn around and say, oh, I want you to not talk to people or not, or I think because you're talking to her, it's like, bruh, don't go into it like that, because at the end of the day, there's men and women all over the world. If they want going to step outside of your relationship, outside of the agreement that you and that person set up, then they're going to do that. And then if you find out about it, it is up to you to how you want to handle it. If you want to forgive that person, if you want to leave that person, or if you want to just decide that fuck it, I'm gonna let you, cheat in peace. I've heard that fucking statement plenty of times where bitches let they man cheat in peace.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. I'd rather just be single. That's just too much. That's just too much to deal with.
Word.
Different strokes.
To each his own, basically. To each his own. So as far as cannabis events, what are the next ones you trying to hit?
Oh gosh, what is this? It's June coming up. I know that there's a few going on in Brooklyn that I'm trying to go to. I know that there was just one, it was a Canna Cruise that was just this past Friday. I think there's going to be another one coming up. Yeah, it's just so many different things. I love they have different types of events going on. They have like this thing called a paint and puff, where it's like it's kind of like a paint and sip where you can go and get the wine, but oh my God.
NJ Garden does a lot of that.
Yes, I love it. It's so much fun. And then the one that I went to, the one that goes on in Long Island, is like a glow in the dark one. So you're in this dark room and the paint glows in the dark. And everyone there is just like smoking. It's just like smoke everywhere.
That's
smoking in the dark though? Okay.
It was the best experience. And I just went by myself and I had a great time. So yeah, so I like doing different events like that. I even think there's like a bingo coming up. Like I always feel like I'm probably like half like an old lady. Because these bingo.
Yeah, because it is bingo. Let's keep it honest. Bingo is an old people game.
Or Samoans. If you're Samoan, any age, we love that. We come out the womb with our bingo daubers.
Right, but just like something fun. But I feel like once I actually get my like Miss Lovely brand established, I would like to have predominantly like women focused events, definitely something like that would be great. I was just like, man, because a lot of times, unfortunately, they don't really get to go to a lot of those events because maybe they're working, they don't have childcare. So I'm like, man, shoot, I'm gonna do like a whole female focused event. We gonna smoke, we gonna get pedicures, manicures, we gonna have
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We're gonna put a pin on that because we can't can't get the goodies out, right? But we do. Kai and I have talked, and I've been marinating on this radical self-love. That's the name. That's what I branded it. Because as you're mentioning, you both were mentioning earlier, society does a fine job in reminding us of how imperfect we are, right? And so radical self-love would indicate just this to that, and embracing oneself. But no one can do it for us. We have to do it for ourselves. But like this queen said, if we're in if we're in a setting situation where that's the vibe, you can't help but do that. And so please, let's build on that later. Don't forget. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is that because Ruby, you weren't here when we were first talking, but Miss Jasmine here lives in Long Island, New York. Now, don't ask me about too much about Long Island, because Long Island and Staten Island. I don't. Those are two places in New York City. I get to taste. Like Wu-Tang ain't even a good enough influence for me to just be finding out anything about Staten Island. Like, I'm good. No, thank you.
Hey, shout out Staten Island, though.
Need that. But she living in Long Island. And so basically an event in that area wouldn't how is the culture back that way? Because on some real shit, like I said, I don't know nothing about that area. So how would you culturally be able to pull off an event like that in your area?
Yeah, culturally, I would definitely have to find the right location, that's for sure, because especially where I am in Eastern Long Island, it is predominantly like white Italian. So there's not a whole lot of black and brown individuals, unfortunately. So I would probably have to go a little bit more out west, probably like set it up in Queens or something like that. But there are a lot of successful events going on in Queens currently, so that will probably be like my location. I would probably do like Queens, not necessarily Eastern Long Island just yet, until I feel like more of the cannabis is really kind of pushed more out there. Because like I said earlier, it is still kind of stigmatized out here. And that's just because of just lack of education. A lot of times it's just fear mongering that they do, unfortunately. And so yeah, just once they get that, once they get all of that going on out here, I'll probably do it more out here. But starting out, I'll probably start like Queens or something, because Queens is still probably only like maybe like a 40-minute drive from me. So
okay. So we driving. That's what's up. That's as a New Yorker, we already know that's an essential. That's definitely an essential, and also kind of extra, because it's like, bruh, you really put your car on these roads?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's so crazy too, because from Long Island to Brooklyn, I can get there faster than from me going to Long Island to Queens, just because of the traffic.
I believe that.
It's so like I can go from where I am to Brooklyn in like an hour. From here to Queens, it'll probably like an hour and 40 minutes. It's like, what?
Wow.
Based on traffic. Based on traffic alone, I believe that, definitely.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't mind it. You even going to like places like Yonkers and stuff like that. Sometimes going up there is faster than just going just to Queens. It's crazy.
Well, that's true, because you're kind of going around, you know what I mean, to get on the Yonkers and shit. That's true.
Yeah. And so how
you and High and Happy connected?
I actually did one of his taxi little taxi confession interview.
Nice. Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, so I did that with him last summer. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. He actually drove all the way from the city out to me in Long Island, and that was the first time I met him. And I was just like, "Do you know how far away I live?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I'm available, but if you want to come. And boy, you go right on out.
That's beautiful. That's what's up. He a hustler for real. And
he's definitely doing it with those rides and with his little Are We Hired videos. Those shits are funny as hell.
Hilarious. I love those
Well, how did you link up before that? Through social media?
Yep, through Instagram. So yeah, that's pretty much where I connect with most of the people in the cannabis space. So, you know, I connect with a lot of different influencers, but not only that, just growers, people that also own their own brands as well, that host events too. So I definitely, like I said, I definitely have an extensive background as far as like, you know, just networking, you know.
Beautiful.
But yeah,
and are your projects self-funded?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, for us as well. We're on the same.
Yeah, you know, we definitely
the goal is
gotta,
eventually
invest your own money in your own shit in order for your shit to grow.
No, it's a process, that's for sure. But I mean, I'm enjoying the process. You know, I'm also trying to be patient, give myself grace. You know, just know it's not going to be an overnight thing. You know, and just any type of any progress, any type of milestone that I hit, you know, I celebrate that, and I'm just like, okay, what's next? Like, you know, just keep moving forward.
I love that. What would you say if anyone were to think of one negative thing to say about you? What would that be?
Oh, a negative thing.
Oh, I got the questions. Damn.
Oh gosh, negative. I'm gonna try and think. I don't know. That's the thing. It's like I try to be so positive so much that it's like I don't know.
Well, you seem really put together. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? No disrespect to you, but we can all put up a good front. You know what I'm saying? I go to these, job interviews and I act like I'm just, you know what I'm saying, the star candidates, right? And in the same way, like when we dating, like, you always put this, like for me, I'm like, until I like let loose with somebody, it's always gonna be like my best behavior, whatever I think that is, while still being myself. But I'm not gonna be divulging like my whole life shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and at the same time, I love myself. I think I'm a dope ass person, but there might be a couple of people who have something to say about me because maybe they're still in despair or they haven't come to love themselves fully. So have you heard what's one thing that you maybe heard about you that's just like bogus?
Let me try and see. I mean, I could probably say, I mean, like thinking like past relationship wise, I do know in the past that guys have said that I'm pretty like vanilla as far as like I guess I'm just very simple. To me, I just feel like I'm just like a natural born romantic. Like I feel like I probably have unrealistic expectations sometimes. You know, like sometimes I'm probably just lost in the fairy tale. And I can kind of see how that is because now, you know, after my marriage had failed, I'm just like, you know, my standards is just like here. You gotta meet me here. I ain't going down for nobody no more. So it's like I feel like that's probably it, you know. And I'm not looking for like, you know, a billionaire or a millionaire or anything, but I just, you know, want somebody, you know, that's just gonna put the same amount of effort into me that I do to them, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and who loves themselves, of course. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, that's not bad. You know, if anyone makes you feel, if anyone says anything about you, that's really their own thing.
I mean, I think it's for me, shit. I think like anything that anybody would say about me that I don't consider bad, but they might consider bad, is that she got a dirty motherfucking mouth. Yes. She got a dirty motherfucking mouth. She'll cuss the motherfucker out in a minute. Yes. Yes. And I don't think that's bad.
That's
but
relative.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, I mean, I've gotten better at it where it's like I might give, you know what I'm saying, I might give you a little chance. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I'm looking at you like you playing with me. Okay, yeah, and then just be like, all right, I'm gonna just walk away. But best believe if I walk away and you push me, I'm gonna come back and cuss you the fuck out. And however the fuck you feel about it is however the fuck you feel about it. And for me, that's a good and truthful way of how I handle shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And shit, you could, and you telling somebody that makes or should automatically have that person say, "Oh, so she must have cussed you the fuck out for real." Yeah, she must have yeah. You know and I'd rather you tell people that. I'd rather you tell people the truth, and also tell them why the fuck I cussed you the fuck out too. If you want to drop it, you don't want to talk about that now. Okay, cool. But I'm saying. I'm saying that's shit. See it as a negative, see it as a positive. That's how I see it. I see it both a negative as a positive because that's how I handle shit.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the motherfucking truth. That is what it is.
Do y'all listen to her name is Shira7? I mentioned her before on this podcast, but Shira7, she's a podcaster, influencer, big on TikTok and YouTube. Long story short, her whole premise is that males or guys that she dates should come at her, should be able to have money. If they can't pay for it, but excuse me, let me be more specific. If they can't pay for exclusivity, then they're pretty much just out of the question. So that's her preferences. What are your preferences and your deal breakers when it comes to a partner?
I would probably say, my preferences, I would definitely, like I said earlier, I would want someone to kind of match me where I am. And then if not, with us working together, then us also too working towards, being better and bettering ourselves. But my major deal breaker, honestly, is probably a guy that doesn't have kids, because I feel like guys that don't have kids, they just don't get it. I'm a mom first before anything, so they'll be like, "Oh, you don't want to hang out on Saturday?" I'm like, "No, I have my son." I'm like, I'll let you know the days that I'm available. And it's like, they don't want to work with your schedule. And I'm like, this ain't going to work. I can't just see you whenever you feel like it. He has school tomorrow. I have work tomorrow. That, that's just, no. So I feel like being with a guy that actually has kids, guys that have, that kind of father figure type of aspect about them is definitely something that, is most attractive to me, especially at this point in my life. I'm looking for someone that's a little bit more established, someone that can actually teach me something that I can learn from, let's get this money together. What the hell?
Plus, I think in your situation, you know what I'm saying? Not for nothing, you said you have a son and he's autistic. I'm thinking, if anything, you would need to definitely have a man that has understanding of that. You know what I mean? Exactly. And because because it's not the regular. It's definitely a step above the regular, and they would have to be prepared for that. How would you plan to date in the first place? I mean, because I'm thinking as having a boy, I be seeing these reels with these boys be acting fool when they mama bring a boyfriend up in the house. So I'm trying to figure out how would that work in your situation?
Oh, that would be very interesting. I mean, when it comes to guys, I don't even bring them around my son until we are legitimately established. If we months in and I see that it's going well, then I'll consider introducing you to my son. But at that point, and then also too, like you said too, I would like him to have some type of knowledge of just being able to handle a child with special needs and stuff, because it does require a lot of patience. A lot of times people just aren't just don't know what autism is, and that's just because it's so different. What autism is for one kid could be completely different for the other one, so there's still so much to learn about it. So a lot of people just that never been around it, they just don't know. And I understand that. So that's why I'm like, if you want to ask questions, if you want to learn about it, if you showed me that you're taking this seriously and that you see a future with us and you want to build together, then yeah, I'm all for that. But at the same time too, it's gonna take a while before you meet him.
Yeah. And that's disrespectfully, and that's just with any child. Like I said, especially because he's an only child. You know what I mean? I mean it. Because with the difference between, because I have 3 daughters, 25, 13, no, 14. Is she 14 now? Yeah, she's 14 now. I forgot. Yeah. Oh, the clouds. Anyway, but she's 14 now, and the other one is 8. So for a long time, Africa was the only one. And I remember even, and I don't know if I said it on our podcast, but I said it at some point where, when Africa was like 3 and 4 and guys used to run up on me trying to talk to me, if they was ugly, Lord have mercy. Oh, she would tell them, excuse me, what are you doing talking to my mama? You is ugly. Back the fuck up. Back the fuck up. I mean, of course she wasn't in person, but you know what I mean? She would let that boy know, like, no, don't run up on me. Don't run up on me. Don't run up on this. Back up off my mama. So, you know what I'm saying? And as a boy, you know what I'm saying, kid, that the first thing, you're gonna be protective of your heart. Anybody trying to anybody come talk to you with this in with this kind of energy, they be like, nigga, don't get fucked up around here. Don't get fucked up trying to touch my mama, nigga. Don't get killed because of my mama, nigga. Though.
He is definitely very, very much
that kind of energy is something that you can't with any child. You gotta creep in. You gotta introduce it slow. You know what I mean? You can't just let it. You can't just rush it in. You know what I mean? You definitely can't. Just for respect of your privacy and again, in a delicate situation where because I myself have never been around anybody with autism, there was like 2 summers ago where, my daughter, I had to even give her an education, even though I didn't really have a full education. I had to give her education because it was like this lady in the neighborhood that, ran up on her and was like, I see you with your sister all the time in the park, so I think you're responsible enough to babysit my son. And then come to find out her son had autism. And I'm looking at her like, girl, she ain't responsible enough for her little sister. Never mind responsible with somebody she ain't never had. No, girl, no. You can't do this. She can't babysit your child. She can't. She ain't babysitting her sister. I'm going to tell you right now. That's not babysitting. So whatever she told you she can do, she lied. She lied. Okay, but now, you know what I'm saying? Like that's I assume that you have special situations that other moms, wouldn't have, especially like you said, you dealing it by yourself. Is I mean, if I'm being intrusive, just let me know. But is the father involved in his in his upbringing for is he dealing with it too, or is it just you?
Yeah, honestly, that's even with everything that we've gone through with my ex-husband, I cannot discount the fact that he's a good father. He has definitely always been there, as far as like support wise, financially. Right now we have like a agreement where he gets them like during the summer months. So that's fine because then that frees me during the summer, and my birthday is in the summer. So I'm able to kind of have a little mommy turn up by myself and have a little, just those 2 months break just makes all the difference in the world.
Girl, I know what you mean. Go ahead. I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I can definitely be thankful for that his dad is still involved. They do talk regularly. They still FaceTime. His dad actually lives across the country, so he'll FaceTime with him regularly and everything. And so they have a great relationship. So I'm definitely happy about that, but still majority of the time it's me, it's just me. I do have my family to help me. My mom is a big help as far as like getting him on and off the bus, during the mornings and afternoons, so I can still work full time and everything.
Awesome.
So yeah, family support helps, but he's been in services ever since, because he got diagnosed when he was 18 months old. So he's been having like services ever since then. So therapists come by the house and work with him. He's been in speech and occupational therapy. The school he goes to is very good. They offer those services there too at school for him. So I mean, he's doing really good right now. Like I said, he's about to be 12. He's still in middle school, but now he's getting into sports and stuff. So, so he's doing very well. So
nice.
I'm so proud of the progress that he's made. So yeah,
that's a beautiful
that's
thing.
my baby.
Does he understands your love, or have you introduced, or does he have any idea of about your love in cannabis? I'm just saying, because in my house, shit, I always made it clear. Weed is part of the budget. Weed is part of the budget. You eat, I smoke, chill out. That's how we all live. Did the lights get paid? There's food in the fridge. You got clothes and shit. Clothes get washed. I still got to smoke, right? Cool. Leave mom alone when she smokes. Leave mom alone when she smokes. How that go in your house?
No, so I'm still like hiding. Away. I actually go into the basement.
Oh, mama.
Because my son, he'll tell all my business. He'll go right to school, be like, my mom wasn't. I don't need him saying.
Oh yeah.
He'll tell it all.
That's one of the lessons that we got to teach our kids as pop mamas. We got to listen. No snitching, okay? No. You don't go to school and you talk about what's going on in the house. It's not their business. You understand? Okay, good. Go to school. Be nice. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. You know what I'm saying? No, because it's hard to get them. It takes a little extra programming. Even with my kids, I had to. You know what I mean? Like, Lil, look here. You don't need to go tell a teacher nothing about what's in here. You hear me? Nothing. Do you understand? Go ahead, go to school, go learn something, but don't tell him my business. Don't tell him.
I think he caught me because I was like I came home from work, so I just like parked in the driveway and I was just like smoking, and I just like hotboxed my car out, and he came to meet me in the driveway, and he like opened my door, and it was like a thing from like Cheech and Chong. It was like class. He just came out, and he was like, "Mommy, it's a fire! It's a fire!" And I'm
like, yeah, son, there is a fire. Go ahead.
That's hilarious.
Let me go put the fire out. No, go in the house and I'm gonna put the fire out. No, let grown people. No, you a child. You can't put the fire out. Only grown people put the fire out. Get out. Go in the house. Go in the house. I got you.
Seriously.
Yeah. He tried to come and like rescue me. He was like, "It's a fire."
Bless his heart.
Fire, all right. It is a fire.
This is the fire that we like, though. This is the good fire.
At least I know he would come and get me. If it was a burning car, he would come and get his mom.
There you go.
That's true. He damn sure gonna rescue you.
Right? So I'm like, okay, I know he got my back, bro.
Bless his heart. Hey, do we have any embarrassing menstrual cycle stories? I was talking with a couple of my coworkers the other day, where we don't ever remember like seeing a hint of a pad. Well, I knew my mom had pads, but there was never a hint of like a pad anywhere. So, excuse me. I'm not saying that I'm like the most like that, honestly, but also I'm not just like leaving them out on plates and stuff, right? So one of my homies says that his roommate moved out and she happened to leave a used pad on the plate of food that belonged to him and his girl, right?
That's just
So it's just stuff like that, right?
Girl,
Just
that is petty. She went to cook somebody in a special way. I like how she think though. I mean, no, she a little nasty, but I like how because I'm a petty one. I like how low her petty go. No, I like how low her petty go. But
that's pretty nasty.
Yeah,
that's trifling. That's just.
Do you ladies either have experienced or had to tell somebody about an embarrassing period situation?
Oh God. I mean, not like I can think of my adult life. Probably when I was like a teenager or something like that. I think I think there were like accidents and stuff in high school. But as far as like an adult, I can't really think of any. But definitely like in high school, I know if you get that spot, you got to put your sweater over top and cover yourself. You have to tie your hoodie up around your waist. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's been some times like that. I know I had.
Oh hell yeah!
And do you guys still have relations while you're on your period, or what do you do at that time?
Girl, thank God that bitch don't be visiting my house no more.
No, you're lucky.
No, I need that bitch to know. If that bitch is listening, I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, the only time you need to come to my house is to see the 14-year-old. Listen. Go see her. Don't come see me no more. No. I'm gonna be 51 this summer. I don't need to see she don't need to see me. We good. I'm done. Go away. Visit she, not me.
Kai with the clean panties over there.
I know.
No. I really know. I think I am finally off her schedule. No, I think
lucky.
I'm finally not one of the visits she needs to see.
All right, good. So we period, care is under control. One thing I haven't revealed about myself in terms of like sexual kinks, right, is that I really like smelling things. I like when things are a little funky even. Not there's a difference, okay? I don't want it to be stanky, okay? But I do like pheromones, particularly on the opposite sex, okay? So as far as y'all go, is there anything, be it vanilla or not, that's kind of like kinky in your mind?
Anything that's kinky? Let me see. I mean, I feel like back when I did indulge in the sexual acts, I enjoy doing it in like different places. I don't know if that's kinky. Like I definitely like outdoor sex.
Okay, you're not as vanilla as you think. That's just
yeah. I mean, shit. I was doing it outside. It definitely has been a thing. We haven't done that in a while, but shit.
Right? I love it.
It's definitely been done. Absolutely. Cars, definitely in vehicles and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's matter of fact, there's one, I think a song by Vibes Cartel where he says the girl never fucked in a Benz, and I was like, that I sure had. I don't know who you talk to. No, bitch, I sure have a couple of Benzes. What? A couple of Benzes, but mind your business though. But mind your business. But mind your
I thought you said beds. You said beds. My bad.
You know what I'm saying? 660. I don't know. C class. Chill out. But okay.
Oh God, I love it.
Well,
or I like in like backyard. I think one of my biggest fantasies is like on the beach or something like that.
Word. Word, but see, husband don't want to do that because he like, nah, I don't even like this sand and shit. And fuck people try to, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what kind of, because in order to do that, that means it's got to be a naked bitch. That means there's other people around, and I don't want other people see me.
There's private beaches.
You know, he concerned about those things.
Private, they have the private beaches and stuff. Even on Long Island, they have private beaches and stuff. So like, and then also too, most of them usually close after dusk. So you can just sneak up on there,
get creative,
do the deed.
Okay.
And
then we gotta go all the way to Long Island to do that.
Part of the fun. Well, part of the fun is like either getting caught or almost getting caught. That's part of the whole like experience, or part, I would think, you know. I'm really into
getting caught even on the West Coast involves jail. And girl, ain't nobody trying to go to jail
necessarily.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Maybe on the West Coast they might be a little understanding, but on the East Coast, the shoe NYPD gonna be like, oh word, oh word. I'll let y'all finish.
They can't tax it.
Y'all finish.
They couldn't tax downtown. The transaction.
We going downtown. Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? But yo, one of the things I definitely wanted to ask you. So, all right. So, I mean, let's keep it G. I mean, you said you haven't been in a relationship in a couple of years. I mean, what do we do to please ourselves? I mean, you can't tell me you don't get hot. You can't tell me you don't get hot.
Or that you're just transmutating all the time.
Because because I'm gonna reveal this because apparently Ruby said I don't reveal enough. No, Ruby said I don't reveal enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that sometimes when I get aggravated, when I'm like pissed the fuck off, that's like the worst energy that goes straight to my clit, and I just gotta rub it out in order for it to go away. I literally gotta go, no, you gotta go, because it goes from I'm pissed the fuck off to oh shit, this gotta go. And it's only till when it's gone, then I'm going. Now what was I mad at?
That's right.
All right, let me just roll a blunt. I'll figure it out. Let me roll a blunt. I'll figure it out.
Oh my god. I definitely understand. And it's crazy now because I feel like now, because I'm 33. I'm gonna be 34 in July.
Okay.
So
I feel what day in July? Let's sing because I'm July 29th.
Really? I'm July 22nd.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like right there. I'm a Cancer Leo cusp.
Right in the cuff. All right, cool. But yeah, what do we do to get ourselves right when we need to get ourselves right?
Oh yeah. So it's crazy because with me now in my 30s, I feel like my sexual drive is so much higher. It's so crazy compared to when I was in my 20s. So now with me being single, you know, and just being on this whole self-love journey that I've been on for years, I've definitely come more into my own femininity, my own sexuality. I'm definitely at my sexual peak right now, and it's so crazy because I'm not having any sex at all.
That's the irony.
I know, right? It's so crazy. And so I've definitely been doing a lot more like masturbation and stuff.
That's right.
So I actually just saw this article. Well, it was like another female podcast, and they were talking about how women should probably try and reduce the amount of sex toys that they use, because apparently now it's making like women's, I guess, like when they have the real thing, they're not getting as stimulated.
Right.
But I'm just like, I love my toys. I don't know what I would do. I'm like, I've never had a guy please me as much as my toys. So until I find that guy, I'm gonna keep using my toys.
No, but I get what the article is talking about, because basically, you know, if you know, if you just used to getting the nut from, you know, the vibrator and shit, you know what I'm saying, the tongue might not feel the same way, therefore it might take you longer, therefore, you know, it might, you know, that'd be for some women.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
But,
I'll always want a real dick. I'll always want throbbing. I feel like I'm always gonna want a throbbing, real, squirting dick or cum oozing dick.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
no matter what, like, I don't have any toys, but at the end of the day, it's like, even if I have a toy, even when I did have a toy, it wasn't a situation where I used it all the time anyway. So it's just like, it's like I can understand if that was the only thing I had, but I had dick too. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Dick like to touch everything. I mean, you know what I mean? Like how he posted, you know what I'm saying? He posted like everything, you know? So therefore, you know, so it wasn't necessary for me to feel like that I would, like it would change my feelings. But I guess for some women, you know, it depending on how they do and how they got their situation running, you know, maybe they use them regularly, and maybe, you know, their pum pum switches off.
I have a pitch for you guys. We could do like an MTM. So this is MSM, Motherhood Sex Marijuana, and we could do moms that masturbate, and we could do this like, you know, just this.
Now, see, let me stop. I'm gonna stop her right there, because this girl here has been trying to start some kind of pay-per-view kind of been trying to start some kind of pay-per-view masturbation compilation, motherfucking competition, and it's like she wants other people to be involved, and I'm just looking at her like, girl.
That's hot.
Girl, that's a whole Pornhub.
No, check it out. No, check it out.
Everybody's masturbating.
We can be the starters. We can be like we'll pan in, right? And then like I'll go first, right? Since it was my idea. I'll be cooking some eggs and shit. I'm like doing my mom thing. The kids go to school, and right when they're done, I'm like, ooh, I put the last dish in the sink. And then I go over there and I just start going away at it, just cute, like, you know, And then, while I'm doing it, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just a undersexed middle-aged mom, and I have all this So instead of like all this like nasty typical sex talk, we're like, I just haven't had sex in 4 months. I'm about to burst. It's just all like,
I mean, again, that's a Pornhub video that we would have to get everybody to sign non-disclosures. We gotta break off people once money start rolling in, because people gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly. Yo, I would check that out. I ain't gonna lie. I would definitely check it out.
No, seriously. So we have this stream of just like hot moms that are, and if you want to wear a ski mask, shout out to Hide Happy again. Or if you want to wear a mask to cover your face a little bit, you have, or a bag, boo. But you just going at it, and people are paying to see that stream. Okay, it's called a masturbate-a-thon. But we're gonna put our specific theme as just horny moms. Just want to fucking get it, you know.
That's a whole channel on Pornhub. I'm just saying, that's a whole channel on Pornhub. Like, dead ass. What OnlyFans and shit, but dead ass, and shit. And some of us, couldn't participate because some of us got tattoos, and some of us people know certain people tattoos, and some of us will get murdered. See, I also been telling her about that too, because I got a whole husband, and that brother is one of those people that's like, what, clack, clack, what you said about my pum pum? What? What? No, you didn't say nothing about my pum pum. That's mine. What you talking about? Back it up. Right. I did that to her because she actually made a joke. And I swear to God, she made a joke towards, we was talking to my husband, And she made a joke like, "Oh nah, I'm just her side bitch." And literally, my husband was like, "Hey, who's she talking to? What's she talking about? She trying to die? Who? Wait, no, you better check her. Yo, you better check her."
Oh, he don't play. He do not play.
I'm sitting in the middle, like, wait a minute. She was just playing. Rue, I told you stop playing like that. Don't play like that with her. You know he's serious about his pum pum. You know, I told you he's serious about the pum pum. No,
he sure is. He's had to check me a couple of times.
And trust me, his main thing is, first of all, that's mine. You keep calling her your queen. I don't like that. That's my queen. I told you that already. But never mind. What side? What side? Who?
You better be talking about a side dish at a plate.
You know and every time I have to remind her, like, yo, one of the main things why I don't share too much on this podcast is because Mr. Mans is very serious about his pum pum, and as much as you know, other people may have had his pum pum, he like, nah, in his head, nah, it's only mine. Nobody couldn't touch that, and nobody wasn't touching that before me. No. Right.
You know what? Another service I think we could offer, or is
she's really going on this idea. She's like, nah, fuck that. This is a real conference where we're discussing business ideas. And my idea is serious. Fuck you, Kai, for not co-signing my shit right now. Fuck you, Kai.
No, for okay, just for like my sisters, this has nothing to do with anyone here on this pod at all. But there's some dudes and there's some women that don't love to give head. Let's just say, right? So, you know what I mean?
These people, but
for a service fee, we could give you a professional. Oh wait, that's just prostitution. I ain't going nowhere. With that. It's just trash. Let's just put that one in the bin, in the shredder. It's already a service people are providing. I'm sorry. It's just, you're just limiting yourself to head, and why would you do that?
We ain't sucking dick for service fee. We ain't sucking
Let's just say that.
Dick for no service fee. No. Clearly, yeah, we got good ideas over here. We just need to direct them a little differently. Let's just direct them a little differently.
Find a way to get the government to pay for it. Call it health education, perhaps.
Nonprofit organization. Helping the people in need.
You're talking.
I mean, hey, let's be honest. We've been on social media long enough to know that they got classes on how to ride dick. They got classes on how to suck dick. I mean, should we actually interviewed? Shout out to the Kinky Kid, because I still love her. Because I don't know if you ever heard of the Kinky Kid.
Yeah, I have. I've actually heard of her.
Girl, her videos are very, very educational. So yes.
Her book.
So yes, the fact is, there's a service fee in teaching, the educational part of how to do it right. Yes, how to eat your pussy right. I'm just saying, I ain't heard that class out there, but I'm thinking that might be a class somewhere in the world. I ain't dropping no suggestions. Shit, I ain't dropping no suggestions. I'm just saying.
Because not everybody knows how to give head properly, or maybe some people
we've discussed that as well. There is a certain talent to where the tongue needs to roll.
Well, I feel like you can just learn that from just watching porn and stuff. Like, I feel like that I use porn more so for educational purposes.
Yeah, but it's more like entertainment. It can be. Right? It's more entertainment, I think.
Because the fact is, I think for the most part, they everybody. I think the only time it could be educational a little bit if it's home porn. You know what I'm saying? Because that I think honestly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just some, not actors, not somebody that is putting on a fucking skit. You know, you know what I'm saying? You know, just regular Keisha and her boyfriend, you know, Jaquel, and you know what I'm saying? Or Keisha and her girlfriend you know what I'm saying, Tina,
shade.
you know what I'm saying? And they making their own little home video and they decided to share with the people. I'm just saying, honestly have, you know, have more, you know, better aesthetics, or at least you know, more teachable moments than you know, the ones with the acting. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I will say, Jasmine, I've also mentioned this before, but I want your point of view. Okay. As a parent, right? We use the word single parent. We're parents that happen to be single. Okay. Right. So for being in this situation, I've definitely considered selling my pussy a little bit. So have you considered rendering services in exchange for monies?
No, but I have considered like OnlyFans or something like that. Like I definitely did consider that, but it just wouldn't verify me for some reason. I don't know why. Like I sent like a million forms of like ID and it still wouldn't like validate me for some reason.
Word? Yeah, sending ID to get validated.
Yeah, like it was around
you do have to validate.
Things first came out, and it was like, oh, you have to take a picture of your ID. Then it's like you have to take a picture of yourself with your ID. Then it's like you have to do this with your ID. And it was like I did all the steps, and it still just wouldn't go through for some reason. So I was just like, well, maybe this is just a sign that I shouldn't be doing it. But I wish.
No, it's a sign that you need to do it because you need to go through that. Honestly, because it could very well be your bread and butter, and you have the beauty I love about it is that you don't necessarily have to show anything you don't want to, but it's that exclusivity factor, and you know, and the bigger your fan base is, the more people are going to want to see more things that other people don't have access to. So you could just be reading a book in lingerie. Hint, hint, Kai Storm.
Girl, I said I ain't trying to die because the fuck. First and foremost, I like riding my dick. Like I like when, you know, when I look at him and I say, listen, I need something, and he goes, okay, baby, what you need? Instead of, no, fuck that. You was on that camera because you were listening to Ruby, and I'm about to beat her ass because she giving you bad advice. You feel me? That's it. We don't need them kind. Feel me? Because you know what I'm saying, I'm saving myself and saving her, because at the end of the day, what she don't want is a crazy man to pop up at her house like, yo, what's up? Didn't we have a conversation? No, because we had a conversation.
It wouldn't be the first time.
No, because I need you to understand that I don't play with my, I don't play about my pum pum. I don't play about my pum. I tried to tell you, didn't I? I tried to tell you, didn't I? And see, you know what I mean? I you know, I love Ruby. You know what I'm saying? I want her to live as long as I do. You know what I'm
saying? Well, thank you.
Oh God.
You know, we need each other in order to keep Motherhood Sex Marijuana going. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Yes, girl.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious, dude.
It's been, this has been like the best conversation, and that's one of the things I love about how season 6 is going to be flowing. It's just going to be lit conversations all the way through. Please tell the people how to contact you on social media, how to hit you up, you know what I'm saying? And how to fucking, you know, if they need to book you for an event, how much money you charging, motherfucker? And I ain't free. Bitch, no. Bitch, I said hit the Cash App.
Yeah, so my Instagram for my business page is Jas Simone. So it's JAS_SSIMONE. So that's my Miss Lovely business page. So you can hit me up there for any type of business inquiries. My fees right now, I just pretty much do advertising and marketing for various brands. You know, I don't charge a whole lot, maybe max like $10-15. Like I'm not trying to break no one's pockets, because you know, there's so much, you know, platforms and stuff that we can do for each other.
Word.
So, you know, that's all I'm looking at. Is just trying to spread that love and just let everyone get one, you know. And then my personal page is Miss Lovely, so that one is private. So Miss Lovely, that's where we get a little raunchy. That's where we get a little uncut. You know, we talk about cannabis, but you know, I like to show and do a little bit more talking about different topics of love and sex and just different things like that. So yeah, so you can hit me up on there.
Oh, do we have
That's
a
beautiful.
YouTube channel too?
Yep, I have two.
Okay, cool.
That's right.
Yeah, so my YouTube, I don't really use it that often, but it's like I think this thing is called Jazzy the Body.
Okay.
Shit, I believe that. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we only looking at the top half, but I believe that. I believe it.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
I'm just
Jazz,
saying.
Do you do modeling too?
No, actually, no. I was looking to be a part of the pageant. I was gonna be a part of the Miss Full Figure New York pageant.
Okay.
So I know that I was a delegate this last year, but I ended up not doing the pageant this year. But I'm definitely looking forward to doing it next year, to compete in. So yeah, so I look forward to trying to do something like that. I have my background in fashion merchandising. That's what I have my degree in. So I always want to be in fashion and, you know, definitely more so fashion styling. So, you know, if you guys or anything, you got any weddings or, you know, social events, definitely book me. I'll have you looking good.
Okay, hold on. I'm coming to New York. I'll be there in a couple of days because of the CWCB. Conference and to record with my queen, our queen. Just kidding.
That's why you can say all that. You don't want him to dip in the camera and be like, Ruby, right. I talked to you, didn't I?
Right.
Ruby, I talked to you.
Real quick. I love you. Kai is my sister. And so I'll be able to like chill with Kai and do like, you know, and do some business. And so anyways, long story short, I plan on performing just a couple of my songs while I'm there. So maybe you can give me a little pointer because
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? What's that?
I'm looking good, girl. I got you.
Yeah. So I'll hit you up aside from this and then we'll talk about all that. But I'm just excited because at some point I'm gonna go on stage with just like duct tape on my nipples. You feel me? But it ain't that time. You know, we ain't popular enough to make those bold statements. Okay.
Oh my God. Just know that while she on somebody's stage with tape on her nipples, I'm gonna be sitting in the audience like, yeah, that's your girl. Go up there with her. Nah, I'm not trying to die today. No. But I'm gonna cheer her on though. But definitely be her motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Her cheerleader, like, yeah, girl, hey, girl, go ahead. Nah, girl, I can't go up there with you. Put some clothes on. I'm gonna come up there with you as soon as you put some clothes on. Cause I can't die. Not today. Not you know what I'm saying? Chill out, fam.
Oh my God.
Yes, Ruby's actually coming to New York because you know what I mean? Because we actually gonna be at the Cannabis Expo. They're actually, you know, doing something at the Javits Center. And she's gonna be at the roof party. I'm gonna be at the boat party and shit. Basically, the main reason why we actually go into this event, one, not only to, you know, network our podcast, make sure people know about us, but also because on Friday, June 2nd, it is my husband's birthday. So I definitely like to celebrate him in the way that he likes, because the boat ride is definitely all about, you know, you can smoke as much as you want. The food is food all over the place, and the bar is flowing with because it's open bar and it's not cheap, you know, watered down drinks. It's actual. Put your ass
I have to check that out. I might have to come through on
Use
that.
code Motherhood for a discount.
Yeah, if you definitely, I mean, you know what I'm saying, you would have to buy a ticket like ASAP because, like I said, the boat ride is Friday. But that's one of the main reasons why we going and shit. So of course, you know what I mean. It would be good for you to come through because that would be, like I said, that's an event for networking too. But if you can't make it, it's the same thing. Because I'm like you said, you're definitely gonna be at other events all over.
That's right.
That's happening.
And Jasmine,
that High and Happy is producing because I think he's doing that dancing puff on the 15th.
Yeah, but I saw that. Yeah,
I'm
definitely go to that.
Oh yeah, because High and Happy is having that dancing puff on the 15th. It's only $10, so I'm glad it's only $10 because
definitely.
You know what I mean? So Motherhood Sex Marijuana is definitely going to be in the building for that at least this
year. Well, I wish I was, unfortunately.
No, I told him too. I was like, yeah, Ruby gonna be gone, but you know, I'm gonna be in the building to represent because he actually is gonna because I don't know, did you say you were going to that?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to that.
Okay, cool, because he according to him, all the businesses is going to be in the building, going to be able to, you know, get a couple minutes on the mic to introduce their business and you know, to be able to network and shit. So you already know I'm gonna get up there and promote the fuck out of us. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what I mean? So shit. I will definitely get to see each other face to face and take some pictures and shit. You know what I mean? And as far as this episode is concerned, like I said, it's part of season 6. Season 6 is dropping on YouTube on August 6th. This is the second episode, so it'll drop Sunday after that. You know what I mean? Of course, we'll send you a link. You know what I mean? We thank you big time for being on the show. Hope you had a great time with us.
I have one more question. Jasmine.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
Have you ever had a threesome, and if not, would you?
No, I haven't, but I definitely would. But it would have to be 2 guys.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, and next episode I will let y'all know about my threesome with 2 guys. I can't tell you all in one sitting, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, because at the end of the day, we got plenty of episodes to go. But we thank you for being on the show, though. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It's been a great time. And of course, shit, if you ever do anything in the future, anything that you want to, you know what I'm saying, come on and promote on this podcast, we definitely welcome you back. And like I said, we'll definitely see each other at the smoking dance. So you know what I'm saying? So I'll be looking forward to seeing you there. You know what I mean? Any last words?
Well, yeah, I just want to thank you ladies so much. I had so much fun.
Glad you did, honey.
Yes,
we crazy.
Yes, I look forward to meeting both of you guys. You know, I want to go to that expo. I saw the expo information too, so I'm gonna use that discount code because I'm trying to get up in there.
Oh shit!
And
then
Thursday,
you know
I'll be going to the party on Thursday, and I'm trying to get my performance in on Friday, but before Kai goes to her event on Friday. Right. So we're gonna try to work it all out.
Okay, yeah, just keep me updated. Y'all know my info.
Absolutely, we'll definitely keep you connected. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for for being on our show. We had a great time with you. Yes, now, this is the moment we get together and say Motherhood Sex
Marijuana, the motherfucking building.
Yeah,
get it, Jasmine.
With Miss Lovely. That's right. Shit, great time.
Peace to you, Queen.
Shit, see you next time, honey.
See you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.